I'm about to make my super easy Crockpot Candied Pecans. You can print this recipe on my website, mrshappyhomemaker.com. You can click jump to recipe and it will take you straight to the printable recipe and you'll skip all the chatter. Or Google Mrs. Happy Homemaker Crockpot Candied Pecans. Here in my bowl, I'm going to add 1 cup of white sugar, a 1/2 cup of packed brown sugar, and 2 tablespoons of ground cinnamon. And now we're just going to mix that together. And use your whisk to break up any brown sugar clumps. I have 4 cups of fresh Georgia pecans. I say pecans, not pecan, unless I'm talking about butter pecan. Then I say pecan, but pecans. Call it what you want to, they're delicious. I've got 1 egg white. I'm going to add a little bit of vanilla paste. You can also use regular vanilla. Now I have my little whisk and I am just going to whisk this up until that egg white gets nice and frothy. That's a word that's hard to say, frothy. Frothy. Nice and frothy, just like that. And now we're going to pour this over our pecans. Now using a fork, I'm just going to mix this all together to get all those nuts covered with the egg whites. And you don't have to use pecans. You can use almonds, pistachios, cashews, whatever kind of nut you want to use. All right, now we're going to pour this spice and sugar mixture over top. We're going to go back in and give it another mix around. All right, they're all mixed together now. All right, I got my lid on it. I'm gonna put this on low and I'm gonna cook it for 3 hours. I'm gonna stir it every 20 minutes during that 3 hours. Now, when we get to the last 20 minutes, we're gonna add in a 1/4 cup of water and mix it real good and let it cook for that additional 20 minutes. So 3 hours total. The last 20 minutes, you add in a 1/4 cup of water, mix it up, let it finish cooking that 20 minutes, and then at the very end, once it's done, we're gonna spread it out on a sheet pan and let it cool for 20 minutes and it will crisp up. And I know that some people might be wondering, can you make this with any type of crock pot? Does it have to be a 9x13? No, you can make it with any 4-quart or a larger crock pot. I'm about to make another batch now with my oval crock pot, but this one I'm gonna do a little bit different. I'm gonna make it the exact same way, but I'm gonna switch out the cinnamon for this salted caramel spice that I got from Savory Spice Market. I'm gonna go ahead and pop my pecans here in the bowl. I'm gonna mix together our white sugar and our brown sugar. So it's 1 cup of white sugar, a 1/2 cup of brown sugar. And we did 2 tablespoons of the cinnamon. So I'm gonna do 2 tablespoons of the salted caramel spice. All right, and I mix this together. It's a whole different color since I'm not using the cinnamon. All right, we got our egg whites, a little bit of vanilla. Whisk her up until she's frothy. Pour this over. Now we're gonna go in with our salted caramel spice sugar blend. Mix it on up. And same drill, we're gonna cover her with a lid. We're gonna put this on low, cook it for 3 hours, stirring every 20 minutes. During that last 20 minutes, we're gonna add a 1/4 cup of water, mix it together, let it finish cooking that 20 minutes, and then we're gonna put it onto a baking sheet. I'm talking with my hands. On a baking sheet, and let it rest on that baking sheet for 20 minutes, and then they'll be done.